Hi guys, welcome back to my beauty channel, Elton J. Fernandez. Today we have a lovely model here. Her name is Reena Datta, and we thought we'll do a Rani Mukherjee look because she does resemble Rani Mukherjee. Take face and body MAC in shade C7. A little bit of this, the back of my hand. I just find that this thins out the other foundation, which is by Inglot. This is it's a liquid cream foundation in shade MW, so that means medium warm 105. I'm going to take one pump of that. Okay. So you can see the textures. The MAC is more fluid and the Inglot's more creamy. I'm going to just blend those together there on my hand itself and stipple it on her face. So Reena does have a few different shades happening on the face, the skin tone, but we're going to even out as much as we can. And I'm going to buff this product into her skin. If you see Rani Mukherjee in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham, she is quite, they have given her quite a light skin tone. So I am going a little lighter than Reena's own skin color. It's only because we're trying to replicate. For concealer, I'm not really using something that, I'm going to use a foundation stick by Bobbi Brown again. This is in a number golden, or 6. It's quite creamy. I'm going to just put it in certain spots under the eyes, okay, maybe the bridge of the nose, and a little bit around the mouth. That's it. I'm going to take the same brush that I use for foundation. This is by Sephora in number 45. I'm just going to blend that in. Just stippling, much like an action when you paint. It warms up the foundation that I'd applied earlier. It's Bobbi Brown's day today. Just a very little bit of a powder, very little, just on the T-zone so you don't see too much shine in the camera. I'm going in with a bronzer by NARS in shade Casino. So this is really deep brown from the ears, under the cheekbone, till the mid-face. So till this line, this imaginary line where the eye looks in the camera. You don't want to go beyond that. And like I always say, go over that with the same product into the temples and the hairline. So you see, you don't have to always get the exact match for your foundation or your concealer. You can always play around. If your foundation's a bit warmer, you can go with a lighter concealer or a powder, and vice versa. It's cracked and damaged a bit in my travels. I'm going to open that up. This is a cream blush, and it's got a light pink and a deep pink. I'm just going to pick a little bit of that deeper pink. I'm going to buff that into her cheeks, just there on the apples of the cheek. So when she smiles, you see that smile, please? You see that bulbous portion of the face? That's beautiful. That's the apple of the cheek. Now on that, and blending upwards towards the ear. So start here and blend upwards towards. I'm quite a blush person, so I do tend to overdo the blush, but I like that. I find that it gives a lot of, like a breath of life to the face. This is a palette by Smashbox, again, called the Masterclass Palette number 2. I love this because it's really a book. It's a notebook, a combination of several matte and frosted eyeshadows here. All of them, each of them useful. I have broken damaged one little pink eyeshadow from there, but that's gone. And then there are these blushers. There's gel liners and there's highlighters. So I really love this palette. I'm going to go over that pink blush in a mix of these shades. So right from the pink to the peach to the brown. So I'm literally going to run my brush up and down those products, dust off the excess, and go over that cream so it really latches onto the skin and sticks to the cream. The powder sticks to the cream. Back and forth, dust off the excess, go over this, and blend. So you see it really warms up the skin tone. It's not as light as it looked in the beginning. Looks more appropriate now. Let's try this. It's a retractable roll-up stick, and draw. See, that's quite black and nice. I'm gonna It's quite smooth, I must say. Draw a line. It doesn't have to be even. Just has this defined top liner, clean, bright skin. This is a paint pot by MAC in the shade Idyllic. They're crease proof, smudge proof, so I love them. I'm going to take that, pat it on my hand to take off the excess. I'm going to pat that into that eyeliner, so I'm blending it. Right. Just rubbing it back and forth, trying to mix those two together. So it's not black, but it's not red either. Patting it on this eye, and we'll rub it back and forth to blend. I'm going to buff this into the eyelid. My Smashbox palette has a black eyeshadow in that corner. So I'm going to take it with my smudging brush, that black eyeshadow there, see, very little, and just buff that into this corner here, so we don't lose that depth of color. And lifting up that eyeshadow in the corner just to give the eye a little bit of a shape. I'm going to check how wide her eye is. Close your eye. This is quite long, so I'm going to have to cut a little bit. Whenever you cut an eyelash, always cut from the outer longer end. So you're cutting from the outer side of the eye as opposed to the shorter inner side. Let's stick that in. This is a brow set. It comes with the little spoolie brush, the angular brush to fill in, and the brow set. I'm going to use this. It's quite strong, but I like that. I think if you look at Rani's look, she did have quite groomed eyebrows. So I'm going to take a little bit of this product onto the brush, just a little dab there, and start by just following and filling the natural shape of her eyebrows. So if you see, her brow naturally stopped there, but I am following the geometric line that forms between the eye and the nose and stopping the eyebrow there. So I'm going to extend it a little bit over here. Let's move on to the mascara. I'm quite excited about this. Ooh. I'm using Givenchy waterproof. This is called Phenomenize. There you go. Look at that beautiful wand. It's like a little star that bursts. I love this brush. It is one of my favorite mascaras, only because it allows you to have that individual special attention to each lash. The first time you use this on yourself, it could be a little intimidating because you know you might just poke your eye, but then again, nobody's ever died from a mascara wand. Not that I know of, at least. I often like to do concealer in installments because at the onset, you might feel like, whoa, you put on too much. But this is a great way because you know the balance and you know where to stop. It's always good to add a little at a time. I'm going to now powder the area that I just used concealer on. By a brand called Diana of London. Very easily available, very economical. These are lip glosses come lipsticks. They're very long wearing, so they do feel a little hard on the mouth when they dry up. It's called 2000 Kisses. Wonderful, long-lasting, non-transfer lipstick. I'm going to take the wand like that. Nom nom nom. I forgot to give you the number of that lipstick. It was number 18 by Diana of London, right? I'm going to top that up with MAC Lip Gloss, which is a gloss in the shade Chai, which means tea in Hindi. So very little of it, and smile. It's going to change this color completely, but it gives it that little glossiness to the lipstick. Finally, and only because Reena's skin does look a bit oily, but it is secreting some oil to absorb that oil and set the entire makeup, I'm going with the powder by Inglot this time. Powder on a flat brush and just stroke the skin. Look up, please. Yeah, look at that. I find that flat brushes pick up more product and put more product as opposed to rounded brushes which pick up less product and put less product. So because I do want excess powder, I've selected this flat brush. And there we have it. Our very own domestic Rani Mukherjee.
Thank you, Elton.
Thank you, Reena. Do not forget to click on the subscribe button below.